Good morning, friends. Welcome back. So yesterday we have seen the hardware of a machine, that is especially a computer. And remember, we said the hardware of a server and hardware of a computer, the components will be same. The difference will be in the speed and the capacity. So whatever components we have in computer like CPU, RAM, hard disk, NIC card and motherboard, same components will be there in your server also. Okay. So let us take a server now. I'll just make a small layer here. So first here also we have hardware. Okay. And on top of this hardware, we have the operating system there. But what is there in this hardware? We have like CPU, RAM, hard disk, NIC card, motherboard. These are the same components we have in our server also. We'll do one thing. We'll just go and look for some servers there. Yeah, you know, the most famous companies that manufacture servers are the same company that manufactures your laptops like HP, Dell, IBM, Toshiba, Lenovo. These are the companies that manufacture your servers, and these are the same companies that manufacture your laptops. Okay. So server is first of all a hardware machine. So let us say Dell servers. Now see here, this Dell server is 3,65,000 rupees. That is some money, right? And this particular server is 4,21,000 rupees. Let us just go to this server once. And this server is 1,33,000 rupees. So let us see some specifications there. Why we have to spend that much money actually on those machines. Okay, so this is Dell 750 rack server, blah, 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 some series is there, some model is there. So starting at this month, that means if you want to increase some components there, we need to pay some more money. So this is that server there. Okay, it is called rack server. Now, okay, so we can select actually. See, if you want to go with like 64 GB RAM, the price will increase. If you want to go with like 16 GB RAM, the price will increase. So we have like specification options also. According to the specification, the price will go up and it may go down also. So we have all the details here, SATA, hard disk and all those things. We have BIOS settings. Okay. So see, motherboard is there, of course, for sure. This is like, you know, too much. It is supporting VMware also, it is supporting virtualization also. Okay, so this particular server has a lot of configurations. We'll do one thing. We'll just go and look for a very simple server so that you can understand easily. Okay, this is a bit more simple server. Simple in the sense not much configuration will be here. So this is also Dell. Here also we can select the processor is Intel Xeon 3.4 gigahertz, 8 MB of cache memory. And there is an option called turbo here. Turbo is again a very important option in processor. Turbo means, you know, whatever speed you have, the processor can go more than that speed actually. The processor can run more than that speed. Like this speed is 3.4 gigahertz here, right? So if needed, the speed can go up to like 3.6. That is called turbo. So in the second option, there is no turbo here. There is no turbo option available, and cache is only like 4 MB. So they have put the options here whether to go with like Intel Xeon. Xeon is a processor, Intel Xeon with this configuration. Or if you want to go with some other configuration, we can go with some other configuration, a bit less configuration. And 8 MB of RAM is there. It's up to you like how much you are adding here. So it is showing a lot of details here actually. Hard disk 960 GB SSD hard disk is supported. 1.2 92 TB is also supported. It is supported up to 3.4 TB. And we have like more options here. So you can select your components here. You can select your hardware here. Got it? Okay. Let us go and look for some other servers now. Let us say HP servers. So let me open this machine. This is a small machine, like 61,000 is not a big deal for a server machine anyway. Okay, so what it says, basic server configuration here. There is one processor. It is your Intel Xeon processor. Speed is 3.3 gigahertz. And how many cores are there totally? 4 cores. Not upgradable. That means whatever processor we have to use the same processor. Okay. Now the second thing is 1 GB RAM. One RAM with 8 GB. Okay, so maximum up to how many RAMs we can put there? We can put up to like 64 GB RAM. It will support totally 64 GB RAM. And you have like two 1 GB NIC cards. Say here, how many NIC cards? 2 NIC cards are there. Okay, and the main thing that we need to understand here is no operating system included. No operating system included. There is no operating system inside this particular physical machine. Hardly we see any physical server where the operating system is by default installed, because physical machine, a physical server is installed. Physical server is manufactured by a company like Dell or HP, and the operating system is designed by Linux or Microsoft, right? So both are different companies. One is into the business of hardware, one is into the business of software. So we have to take hardware from one company like HP, Dell, Toshiba, Lenovo, all those things. Then we have to go and select the software, whether it is like Windows software or Linux software. So we have to take software separately. And that software we need to install, that operating system we need to install in our server machine. I repeat again, friends, by default, there is no operating system in our server. We have to install the operating system. Okay, this is some other server. It is a bit more costlier compared to the previous one that we have seen. So let us see the specification here. Okay, so processor is scalable. Number of processors. How many number of processors are there here, friends? 2. Remember yesterday we have seen a motherboard where there are 4 physical processors. So here number of physical processors are 2. Maximum RAM that we can put here is 3 TB. Oh, that is too much. Maximum storage that is connected here is 40 TB. Again, that is like sufficient for like small to medium level company. 40 TB hard disk is some hard disk. Then number of local area network ports are 4. In the previous one, we have seen only 2 ports, but the cost of that particular machine was around 65,000. Now this machine is around 1,30,000. That is more than double, or at least double there, right? So obviously then, the things will increase. The speed will increase, the components will increase. So here, maximum RAM we can put is 3 TB. Processors are totally 2. Okay, so we have seen Dell as well as we have seen HP. Let us go with one more very famous company, IBM Servers. See, the advantage with Windows operating system or even the Linux operating system is we can install these operating systems on most of the hardware, or I can say on all the hardwares we can install, whether it is HP server, Dell server, IBM server, Lenovo server, Toshiba server, or any XYZ company server. We can install this operating system on each and every server. Okay, so let us see some Dell server, IBM servers here. I'm directly into the IBM website. So we have like more details. I'll just try to show you in an easy way. Can I go with Lenovo? Okay. This is only 51,000. That is something like your laptop. And this is 1,75,000. Let us just try to like compare these two machines. Okay, so one Intel processor, again Intel Xeon processor, 4 cores, and the speed is 3.5 gigahertz. Fine. One, how much GB RAM it is supporting? Maximum 64 GB. How many slots are there? Totally 4. That means in each slot we can put up to 16 GB of RAM. That's it. Okay, and 1 TB hard disk is coming. No hot swap or non-hot swap. Non-hot swap means, you know, we cannot put and we cannot connect or we cannot disconnect anything internally like CPU or hard disk or RAM. We cannot connect or disconnect when the machine is running. Hot swap means when the machine is running, at that time also we can insert the hard disk inside and we can remove the hard disk. I'm not saying keyboard and mouse. Keyboard and mouse we are connecting outside. I'm saying the internal components can be connected or disconnected when the machine is running without any problem or without getting any electrical shock. That option is called hot swap, but that option is not available here. Okay, that feature is not available here. Now, see, there is no operating system included. It says again the same thing. There is no operating system included. Got it? And warranty is for 3 years on-site Lenovo India. So there is a warranty also for 3 years. Okay, let us go to this machine now. This is a bit bigger machine. Bigger in the sense with more configuration. So there are totally 8 cores here. Okay, and 768 GB RAM is supported. There are totally 12 slots. It will support more actually there. I can see the same feature is here. No operating system is included. No operating system is included. Okay, so these are some of the servers we have in the market. So whether you go with a physical server or whether you go with a virtual server, there is something called virtual server also that we will see. Okay, what is a RAID? That is a question. RAID is called redundant access of inexpensive disk. There is a configuration called RAID. Means, you know, we can combine multiple hard disks and we can make them work as a single hard disk. For fault tolerance, we can go with this RAID. So there are many other purposes of RAID. RAID is one of the functions that we need to configure in our servers. So it is showing you whether the RAID is supported or not. Everywhere it is showing RAID here, right? So there are different types of RAIDs here. Levels are there 0, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. So it is showing you how many RAID levels are supported. 0, 1, 5, 10. These are very common RAIDs that they configure on servers actually. So all these RAIDs it is showing here. Okay. Okay, fine. So in our server also we have the hardware. Now coming to the operating system. Coming to the operating system. There is an operating system in computer as well as there is an operating system in server. That is what we know. So let us see which operating system we have in computers and what we have in servers. So before I go there, let us I'll take a break for like 30 seconds. Just try to revise everything. Server and computer hardware, CPU, RAM, hard disk, and NIC card. And if you still have any doubts, then hopefully you will see. RAID is a concept that we will see theoretically actually. Akriti, we will see that. Okay, so please take your time and just try to revise the concept that we have seen till now. And if you have any doubts here, we will see, or else we can move into the operating system part. Okay, fine. So I hope everything is clear. Yeah. So let us move now and let us see the operating system part. See, any machine, whether it is a server machine or a computer or a laptop or a mobile phone or a router, switch or any machine, without operating system, we cannot use that machine. Without operating system, hardware is just a normal device, or I can say a simple device. Without operating system, we cannot use our hardware. Okay, that is the one thing. And the second thing here is operating system is designed according to the machine, or operating system is designed according to the use. Every machine operating system can be different. Every machine in the sense, a server operating system will be different, computer operating system will be different, router, switch, firewall, each and every machine operating system will be different. Operating system, what is use of OS? It is an interface between a user and a hardware. That is a very common thing that we know from ages, right? OS is an interface between a user. User means you and me. It is an interface between user and hardware. So whenever you are interacting with the hardware, with the help of operating system only, you can interact. For example, if you want to save some data, saving a data or creating a document means you are saving the data in your hard disk. But where you are creating your document, you are creating document by using the operating system. So if there is no operating system, of course, we cannot create a document. Of course, we cannot do any browsing. We cannot do any work on our computer, right? So operating system is the direct thing that is interacting with your hardware. Okay. Now, there are two types of operating systems we have. One operating system is called wait a second. Okay, friends. So one operating system is called client operating system, and the other operating system that we have here is called server operating system. So operating system is divided into these two types. One is called client operating system, one is called server operating system. Just remember this forever. Whenever you take any software, whether it is application software or operating system or any everything comes under software. Under software, we have like system software that is called operating systems, and then we have like application softwares that are running on top of the operating system, like MS Office, antivirus, or even this Zoom meeting or GoToMeeting or whatever. These are your application software. So software is a very common terminology. Under software, we have like special categories. So under software, we have one category for operating system. And under this operating system, there are two types. One is your client OS and one is your server OS. So we need to understand where we are using client OS and where we can use this server OS. Now, coming to client operating system. Client operating system is used in computers. When I say computers, I'm talking about desktops as well as laptops. Client operating system is used in computers, that is in desktop or that is in laptop. Okay. Now, the second thing we need to understand here is, again, a very, very simple tip. Whenever you start using any software or whenever you start using any application or whenever you want to use any application, the first thing you should understand here is for what reason this particular application is designed. I repeat, what exactly is the reason for designing this application? Like when you go and look your when you go and look your mobile phone, maybe there is a Ola and Uber app installed in your mobile phone. 10 years before, there was no Ola or Uber. Maybe you can see Zomato or Swiggy app running in your machine. But again, 5 years or 8 years before, there was no Zomato or Swiggy. So what we need to understand here is what we can do by using this app. What we can do by using Ola or Uber. We can book a cab or maybe a bike, whatever. But what we can do by using Zomato or Swiggy, we can order our food. Okay, some person will come and he will deliver the food. So what I'm trying to say here is, every software has a use. So that is the first thing we have to understand. What exactly is the use of the software? So when I say client operating system, can you please tell me what exactly is the use of client operating system? Okay, I will give the example here. Examples of client operating systems are Windows 11, Windows 10, Windows 8, and Windows 7. I bet you are using any one of these, right? There is no other OS available. No one is using Windows XP for sure. No one is even using Windows 7 actually, right? But anyhow, Windows 8, 10, or 11, you are using any one of these operating system. Now try to tell me what you do on your machine by using this operating system. What work you can do. Client operating system is designed for a purpose. So whatever we do regularly on our machine, actually that is the purpose. So my question here is what exactly we can do on this particular machine. Excellent. Browsing. Then audio or video files. Okay. Office work. Can I say office work? That means everything comes under office work. Opening files, creating files, deleting files, or whatever. Okay. Now online meetings or online classes, whatever. It is more common now. Then what else? Browsing, audio, video, office work, games. Okay. We can see games also. We can play games also, etc. This is what we do on our computer regularly, right? Now listen, I can do browsing. I can open an audio or video file. I can attend an online class. I can play games, or I can do some office work. I can create a document and all those things because this client operating system is designed for this activities or for these functions. The client operating system is designed for that work. It's not a big deal if I do browsing. The client operating system is designed for that. See, is it a big deal? Like suppose if I'm sitting in an airplane and the plane is carrying me from like one city to another city. It's not a big deal because it is designed for that. But just imagine you're sitting in a bus and the bus is flying in air. That is a big deal, right? Because it is not designed for that. Bus is designed to run on the road. Plane is designed to fly in the air. Getting what I'm saying? So the operating system, the client operating system is designed for this particular activities. This is the main reason for designing client OS. So whenever you are getting the new operating system, whenever you are getting the new version, like Windows 11 is already there, you can upgrade yourself to Windows 11. So what we have in Windows 11, we can do browsing, office work, games, all these things we can do. But you know, some extra features will be added. Browsing will be much more faster. Audio and video, like, you know, clarity will be like much better. Office work, it will support many files there. Games, we can play like most of the games that are available now. So whenever they are releasing a new software or a new operating system, they will upgrade the operating system. They will say, okay, it should support these features also. If you go back to Windows 8 or Windows 7 or Windows XP, if you install Windows XP in your computer now, you cannot install because your machine is not supporting that operating system. Okay, so whenever they design an operating system, they consider two things. One is this particular operating system should run on which physical machine. That is the one thing they will consider. And the second thing they will consider here is what exactly is the purpose of designing this operating system? Why we are designing this operating system? Like, you know, if you go to any medical pharmacy, like especially a pharmacy like Apollo or, you know, MedPlus, like there are many pharmacies we have, right? When you go to the pharmacy, let us say Apollo pharmacy, you can see a computer there. And in that computer, there is a software there. You know, that software is designed only for Apollo pharmacy. There is no need for us to use that software in our home. What is there in that software? In that software, all the medicine names will be there. So whenever you take a prescription to this Apollo pharmacy, that person will see the prescription and he will check the medicines in the app, in that particular software. It will clearly show whether it is available or not. If it is available, he will provide you. And you know, if it is not available, that particular software, it will show in which another branch that particular medicine is available, in which another Apollo branch that medicine is available. Getting? So every software is designed for something, and this is what the client OS is designed for. Browsing, audio, video, office, online games, and all these things we can do. And what are the types of client OS we have here? Windows 11, Windows 10, Windows 8, and Windows 7. Okay. Now, coming to server operating system. What is the use of server operating system? Why exactly this server operating system is designed? Now, first of all, server OS and client OS. When I talk about Windows Server OS and Windows Client OS, operating wise, they are completely same. You know, this is your Windows 10. You know how to use this Windows 10 machine. You know where is the recycle bin. You know what is this computer. You know how to change the date and time. You know how to go to documents and all those things, right? So you know how to use Windows 10 operating system. Now, if you know how to use Windows operating system, you already know how to use a Windows Server operating system. Operating wise, they are completely same. This is the operating system. That is the operating system. I repeat, operating wise, they are same. Okay, but let us see where they are used and what is the special purpose. So server OS is used or is installed in server machines. Now server machine is a physical machine. Server OS is the operating system that we are installing in that machine. See, when I say server, I am referring to a machine as well as the operating system. So when I specifically say server machine, that means I am only talking about a machine. But normally when you talk about server, it's a very, general name. So server can be a server physical machine as well as it can be a server operating system. So someone can ask you, where is your server? So you can show him like, okay, this is a server. And the next question he can ask you is, which server is installed in this server? Which server is installed? That means he is asking you which server operating system is installed. Is it Windows Server 2012? Is it Windows Server 2016 or 2019? Or is it a Linux OS or whatever? That is what he is asking. Okay, so server OS is installed in the server machine. Now, there are two very famous companies that offers you server. There are two very famous server operating systems we have. One is from Windows Server OS, or I can say Microsoft company. We know this very well. Microsoft Windows Server operating system. The versions from this Microsoft Windows Server operating system are 2019, 2016, 2012, 2008, 2003, 2000. There was something called NT 4.0. These are the versions we have from Microsoft. Okay. Now see, NT 4.0, 2003, 2008. All these versions are outdated. What is the meaning of outdated? That we will see. And coming to this client OS, before Windows 7, it was Windows XP, it was Windows 98, etc. But there were some more actually. Remember, there was something called Windows Vista. There was something called Windows Millennium also. And these are also outdated. Till Windows 7, the softwares are outdated. Exactly, the Akriti Vista was there, but it is outdated. Okay, fine. So these are the server operating systems. Microsoft Windows Server operating system. So we have like 12, 16, and 19. Actually, we also have Windows Server 2022. But in most of the companies still they go with 12, 16, and 19. We are learning 2016 here. And in a company, if it is 2019, no issues, we can work. In a company, if it is 2012, no issues, we can work. The administration part, there is not much change. We can easily adapt to any of the operating system. If you know any one OS, you can work on any other OS. Got it? Anyhow, so Microsoft Windows Server operating system is here. And the second one is okay, instead of Linux, let me just say Unix. In Unix, we have Linux, Solaris, HP, IBM, etc. HP and IBM, they have the hardware as well as they have the software. So Unix is like a parent. From Unix, we have like Linux, Solaris, HP, IBM, and some more. Now, under Linux, we have Red Hat Linux, Fedora, Debian, Kali Linux, CentOS, Ubuntu, very famous, Amazon Linux, etc. So from Linux, we have again many versions. Red Hat is very famous, as well as Ubuntu is very famous. Okay, Kali Linux is famous with the hackers actually. Amazon Linux is famous in the AWS. So we have like many versions here. So see, client OS, we have these versions, whereas server OS, we have Microsoft Windows Server operating systems, as well as we have Linux, or we can say under Unix, we have like Linux operating system. So these are the server operating systems we have all over the globe. More than 90% cases all over the globe in all the countries, they will go with Microsoft Windows Server operating system and then Linux operating system. These are the two OS that are widely used. One of the main reasons why these are widely used is it will support any hardware. That is one thing. And we can install most of the services on this operating system. That is the second thing. And there are many features available in these two operating systems. So they will go with either Microsoft Windows operating system, or they will go with like Linux operating system. Microsoft or Linux operating system. Okay, so under Red Hat, again, there are many versions. So when you go with the Linux administration course, there you can learn about all the versions that we have in the Linux operating system. But as of now, these are the versions you should remember. So what was the main thing we have said here, friends? Please listen carefully. Operating system or any software is designed for a purpose. I repeat, every software is designed for a purpose. We took the example of mobile phone. Whatever apps we see in our mobile phone, whatever apps you see in your mobile phone, each and every app has a particular use. Okay, WhatsApp has a particular use. It is designed for a purpose. Okay, so every phone pay or Google Pay or Paytm, whatever apps you are using, every app has a particular use. So you should know the use of that particular software. So what is the use of a client OS? Client OS is used to run a client machine, to work on a client machine like a computer or a laptop. And by using this client OS, we can install some applications. See, on top of this client OS, the applications will come here. Okay, so what are the applications like MS Office, Antivirus, Zoom Meeting, Google Chrome, whatever you're using, all these applications. So these applications are designed to run on this client OS. Okay, so what are the versions we are using as of now? Windows 11, 8, 10, and before 8, whatever we have, these are outdated. So 7, 9, 7, XP, Vista, all these are outdated. So anyhow, this is what we do on this client OS. Okay, now coming to server OS. Server OS is installed on a server machine. Actually, it can be installed on a laptop as well as on a desktop. It can be installed there also. Okay, but still there is a server physical machine. So companies will go with like server physical machine. And what are the versions we have, or what are the companies that offer you the server operating system? Microsoft Windows Server operating system, and from Unix we have like Linux and some other versions. Okay, but what is the function or what is the purpose of server operating system? That is a big question that we need to address now. I repeat, what is the purpose of server operating system? Let us see. First of all, on server operating system, we can do browsing. On server operating system, we can open your audio or a video file. We can do some office work. We can even install Zoom meeting and we can connect to the online classes and we can play some games. Maybe it will not support all the games, but still we can play some games. So whatever we can do on client operating system, we can do on server operating system also. It is a similarity, right? It is a big similarity. I repeat, whatever we can do on client operating system, we can do on server operating system. But have you ever seen a person who is using who's using server operating system in his laptop or a computer? Never. What I'm saying here is client operating system is designed for these special tasks. And I'm saying in server operating system, we can do that. That is a possibility. We can do browsing. We can open a audio or a video file. We can do this. But we will not see a person using server operating system in his or her laptop. What is the reason? The reason, one of the reason here is money. Nothing is free. Client operating system is not free. Server operating system is not free. For client operating system, we need to spend around $100, approximately $100 we need to spend. To use Windows 10, we need to spend around $100. In some countries, it can be more. In some countries, it can be less. But on average, I said 100. But coming to the server operating system, for server operating system, we need to spend anything between 800 to like, 5,000, even $5,000 or even more. There is a huge difference now, right? So when you see a person spending like 3,000, 4,000, $3,000 means more than 2 lakh Indian rupees, isn't it? So will you see any person who is using or who is spending $3,000 and purchasing a server operating system and installing the operating system in the laptop and using that? No way. There is no need for him. He can just pay like 10, 12,000 rupees for Windows 10 operating system. He can use everything, right? So what I'm trying to say you here is server operating system is similar to client operating system. Especially Windows server operating system is similar to the client operating system in operating wise. We can open the browsers and we can do all these activities there also. But server operating system is not designed for this. We can do this, but it is not designed for this special purpose. It is designed for administration. Server operating system is designed for administration. So what exactly is this administration means? Administration means to this server. See, on a computer, how many users will be there? On a computer, only one user will be there. A single person will be connected on the computer. A single person will use the computer at the same time. But on a server, tens and hundreds and thousands and even some millions of people can connect. That is the one thing. Any number of people can connect to the server. And the second thing is server is designed for administration. Administration means by using a server, we can control our network. We can control our company. That is what administration is all about. I repeat, by using server, we can control our computer network. We can manage all the resources. We can give permissions on files and folders. We can give permissions on printer. We can allow and deny something from the internet. All these things are possible by using server. And where we can do these permissions or where we can do these configurations, we can do these configurations for whole network. So whatever configuration you do on a client OS, that is only for that machine. And by using server OS, the configuration we can do is for whole network. If there are 30,000 people working in a company, we can manage 30,000 people by using this server operating system. Got it, friends? This is what server OS is all about. We can simply manage. We can simply manage all these resources in our computer network by using a server. So for that reason, we are spending this much money. That is some money. $5,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for a server operating system is some money, but we have that many features there. So we are paying money for those extra features actually. So again, I repeat, if you know how to use Windows 10 operating system, you already know how to use Windows Server operating system. Operating wise, it is same. I repeat again, friends, operating wise, it is same. The difference is in the configuration. The difference is in the administration. Server OS is designed for a bigger use. Client OS is designed only for a single machine. I hope the concept is clear here. So always try to remember this. Whenever you take any software or any application, the first thing we need to think there is, okay, this software is designed for what? What is the purpose of designing this software? Okay. Now, if I go to this server now, there is a hardware and there is a operating system, and we know what we can do in this server operating system, right? But on top of this operating system, what we can do here? What we have done on a computer on top of the operating system, we have installed some applications like MS Office, antivirus, and all those things. But coming to server, in server we can install services or we can install applications. This is the scenario, friends. On a server, we can install services or we can install applications. Like we can install MS Office or antivirus and all those things. The applications that we install in a computer, we can install the applications. But there is a very technical terminology here called service, or we can call it as role also. So these services and these roles we can install in our server operating system. So what are the services? How to install the service? How to configure the service? It will take like 1 month for us to learn. It's a different concepts that we will see in coming classes, but as of now, just try to understand one thing. On top of the client operating system, we are installing applications like all these are applications. Git bash is the application, AnyDisk is the application, Cisco packet tracer is the application, PowerPoint is the application, Google Chrome is indeed an application. So all these are applications here, right? So these are the same applications we can install in client OS or we can install in server OS. But in server OS, we can install services or we can install applications also. Applications like applications are MS Office, antivirus, and all those things. Services are like DNS, DHCP, ADDS, email server, file server. All these are known as your services. Got it? So in our next session, that is tomorrow, we will see how to install the operating system. It will take 2 classes for us to see how to install the operating system actually. Okay, it will take at least 2 classes for us to see how to install operating system, because there is a big process. We need to know what is BIOS. We need to know what is a booting process. Okay, we should know what is a physical machine and a virtual machine. Okay, all these things we need to learn, and then we can see how to install the operating system in that machine. So we will see this server operating system installation as well as Windows client installation. If you know any one, you can do the other one. So we will see only the server installation. So if you know the server installation, you can easily install the client operating system. And there are some more things we have to discuss about this operating system. So I hope the concept is clear. I hope the class is clear for today. We have seen the types of operating systems, and we have to see many more things that in this operating system, but as of now, this much is enough. So if you have any questions, any doubts from today's session, please feel free to clear everything so that we can stop the session for the day. And tomorrow also we have class. Tomorrow is Thursday. Till Friday, we will finish our installation and all these things. And Saturday, Sunday, we are taking off. Especially this Saturday, Sunday, we are taking off because Saturday is 1st January and Sunday is obviously holiday. So we'll just take off for 2 days. So this week we have like 2 more classes to go. That is on Thursday and Friday. Then we can come back on Monday. So whatever plannings you are doing, so please, you can just plan your schedule according to your scenario. So right now, 2 more classes we have, Thursday and Friday. Saturday, this Saturday and Sunday we will take off. Okay, friends. So that's it from me for today. So I'll be here for like 30 more seconds. If there is anything else to say, we will say. Okay, thanks for joining the session, Rahul. So that's it for today, friends. See you tomorrow with the same topic, operating system, and with more details, and hopefully with the installation part. We'll start tomorrow. Okay, so that's it for today, friends. Thanks again. See you tomorrow at same time. Bye.